Dobre opoledne, moi canale. Good afternoon, my channel. We're back here at gorgeous sunny Penmar Park, Venice Beach, California. On a gorgeous Sunday afternoon here, we're gonna take a bike ride. It's been raining off and on a little bit here this weekend, so we're not gonna go north up the oceanfront Marvin Braude bike path because there are mudslides up in Pacific Palisades and Malibu. So instead, we're gonna go south. We're gonna take a little bike journey south, and this will give us the opportunity to check out the recent construction on the bike path. They have recently have been trying to reestablish the broken up path that is there in the Venice Marina Del Rey area right outside of the harbor. So come on along on today's ride. We'll check out how that construction is coming along. Now, before we take our journey south on the bike path, I like to do a little lap around Penmar Park just to check out our current homeless RV and tent camper situation. As we know, last Sunday, we had no RVs around the park. They were all out for the holidays, but this week, a few of them have indeed returned. So let's take a little look here as we head on our journey. So that guy has been here at Penmar Park for the better part of 5+ years. Got a guy here camping out of his vehicle right here. Got some road bikes coming back from their ride. Got this Dolphin 3400 RV across the street. This guy migrates back and forth between Rose and Penmar. He's been camping here for 2 years. I don't see any tent campers. Our little rainy weather might have discouraged them. So, looks like we have a couple vans, 2 full-size RVs. Not too terrible. I've seen much worse here. And again, I go back to the, we had the mass exodus on the holiday. So, I always ask, where do they go during the holidays? They must go back home to friends and family, for at least for a little while. Okay, let's continue south here on Penmar. Make our way over to the Ballona Creek bike path, and then we'll head west to the Marvin Braude oceanfront path. Remember, if you're enjoying the content of the Danny Slant channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash the bell notifications, leave a like, leave a comment. It all helps with the YouTube algorithm and allows me to continue bringing you the fantabulous, exciting content of the Danny Slant channel. And as we are on the Culver Boulevard Bike Path, we can see that this encampment has grown. So we're just kind of playing whack-a-mole here in the council district. Your local encampment may go down in numbers, but in fact...
Danny Slant's a piece of shit.
Hey, thank you. There you go. One of my many fans. He said Danny Slant was a piece of ship. He recognized me. They know me from these encampments coming over here. It's always good to have fans, huh? Anyhow, considering I ride this path every day, starting to get some recognition here. So that's a homeless guy who doesn't like being called out on permanently camping in our parks here of Los Angeles, like these vans right here, permanent, like this boat here, which is kind of unique to this area here because we're close to the marina. Okay. And as we continue to head west toward McConnell, we're going to cut over to the Ballona Creek. But you do see here these camper vans and trucks and mini RVs here parked on both Panama Street and directly over there. See those 4 of them in a row on Culver Boulevard. So yeah, this encampment has definitely grown. So when one encampment gets a little smaller, that means one encampment gets a little larger. We're just kind of whack-a-moling them around to different sides of the council district here. Yeah, 2 more full-size RVs over here. Matter of fact, this one here with the broken rear window, I've seen that guy at Penmar Park before, so he's found a new spot for himself here. All right, we're now at Culver Boulevard and McConnell. Gonna wait for the light and then cross over. Beautiful, gorgeous 61 degrees Fahrenheit, 16 degrees Celsius. June gloom, May gray. I don't know what you call it in April, but it's our typical marina. Overcast, keeps it nice and cool with the breeze. It's gorgeous for biking. It just gets a little more difficult when you pedal a little further inland. And that sun comes out, hits you about 80 degrees. It's a big jump up. All right, let's get on the Ballona Creek. Start heading west down toward the ocean, Marvin Braude path. Okay, we made it to the Ballona Creek. How we had on mileage, 5.32. Okay, let's take the creek westbound toward the ocean. Get our mileage in for today, and let's check out that Marvin Braude path there in the marina. See what kind of construction efforts they've made since my last visit there. Okay, we made it down to Playa Vista. This is my turnaround point here, right here. Right where the interceptor of Ballona Creek does the ocean cleanup into the Ballona Creek channel. This is when I turn it around. Whew. All right, where are we at? A little bit over 8 miles, 8.34. Lots of nice, beautiful kites flying on the beach here in Playa Vista, Playa del Rey. All right, let's turn it around. Left turn, left turn. Thank you. Okay, now we are on the little feeder to Fiji Way here.
You don't do that when you turn, bro. You're supposed to stay on your right because then other people turn in the street. You don't know what the fuck you're going, you know what I mean?
All right, teaching them some basic bike etiquette here about how to make turns. Okay, here on this part of the Marvin Braude bike path, which is going to dump us into Marina Del Rey Fisherman's Village, Fiji Way, on this path right here, we did in fact have a sighting. We had a little sighting of a baby rattlesnake. Yes, there are rattlesnakes here in the Ballona wetlands. So be careful when you hike here. The hiker saw it, took a picture of it. It's a baby, and the babies are the ones that have the most venom. So be careful when you come through here, especially now that we're in the spring here. The snakes are here, leave them alone, let them go back to their natural habitat, just don't bother them. So you got to keep an eye out for the hottie. Watch out for the hottie, for the snakes. Okay, so now we're continuing on the Marvin Braude path here. We're heading north into Marina Del Rey and then eventually into Venice. It's gonna dump us out right here onto Fiji Way. And we're gonna take Fiji Way up into the marina, go right past here, Fisherman's Village, and we'll take a look at how they have resurfaced and the construction going on that really bumpy part of the path there. Really bumpy there once you get just north of Fiji Way. As you approach Mindanao Way, in that little section in there, that thing was cracked and rutted and it was horrible. The guys trying to get some good zone 2 rides and above, they don't take it. It's too bumpy for their bikes. I'm on like a modified mountain bike, which I call my gravel bike here. I got 26 by 1.5, I can go over it. But even then, it's annoying. You can't go any faster than like 6 miles an hour. It's really bumpy. They kind of did half of it when I was here earlier in the week. Let's see what they've progressed here thus far. All right, we're here in Fisherman's Village. And as you always used to come past here, you used to always be able to smell chips, tortilla chips from the El Torito. But I believe the El Torito's restaurant, after being open for 40 some years, has officially closed here, which is really sad. But the only benefit is that I don't get insanely hungry as I pedal past here now like I used to. I used to smell that. I used to think, oh my goodness, I could really go for a chimichanga. All right, let's keep heading down Fiji Way on the Marvin Braude oceanfront bike path. Now, people riding road bikes, they would usually just cut through right there. They would take a left here into the public launch, cutting through the actual marina public launch ramp area, or they ride their bikes up to Admiralty and ride along the edge of the road, which is kind of dangerous as well, because they did not want to take the official Marvin Braude path here, which we're going to enter here. So now we are just going to be running parallel to Admiralty, just north of Fiji, and now they've got the sign uneven pavement, and it was bad. Okay, now let's take a look at what they did here. All right, so they took all this cracked up sections here and they've scraped it up here. They've used a little grater, little small grater. It looks like a little end loader. They'll use it, and they scraped up the really bumpy parts here. As you can see, kind of smoothed them out. But we've got a lot of cracks over here as well. And now this section here, which is, I think they should have done this approach for the entire path here between Fiji and Mindanao, that they've scraped down, right? Trying to make it a little more level. And it's not really that even. Okay, so yeah, it's better than where it was, where you couldn't even ride over because it was so cracked up and so bumpy. Okay, and as we make a left here, a subtle left here, directly parallel to Admiralty, you're gonna see the paving, what they've done so far. So again, they've kind of scraped a little bit of it, and it looks like they paved half of it. They probably stopped because of the rainy conditions here. And as you can see and hear from my bike, clatter, clatter, clatter. Even with them grading this like this, boom, 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 boom. Right. I mean, this is not much of a repair here. Okay, so now they just laid down some new asphalt, which is better than nothing. It's relatively smooth. I got a few bumps here. Boom, boom, boom. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of riding my bike in Cuba. That's kind of how the Cuban roads work. I got it because, you know, they're a country that doesn't have a ton of money, and they gotta make what they have last. But, you know, this is a pretty craptastic repair in my opinion. I think this asphalt is just gonna crack up in about a year or two at best. Yeah, it's better than what they had, and it's halfway done. But again, if you're used to cutting through the marina and that's what you like, or you like pedaling directly on Admiralty, I'd probably advise you to continue doing that. All right, we're gonna cross Mindanao Way here. You gotta always watch the cars. They don't like to stop. I kind of encourage them to give a little stop. Thank you very much. And now this part of the path is absolutely pristine, because they made it out of cement. They've got the bricks on top of it. This part is fantastically wonderful here in front of all the shops. Wish they could do the same thing for the part that is just south of Mindanao over there. So, again, this part is beautiful.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe we were here for a week and we never actually did it.
Oceanfront bike path. Are you enjoying the ride today?
We love the ride today.
Did you go over the new constructed, the half constructed?
Yes, we did actually.
Okay.
We rode Ballona Creek from Overland.
Yeah.
We just rode all the way to LAX.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we came through over here. And the path is unbelievable now. The signage is good.
Yeah.
No complaints. We highly recommend. Everybody should come out.
I completely agree. I'm on this path every day. I'm glad they finally started fixing that rough section. It was real rough there for a while.
Yes.
Used to rattle my fillings out of my teeth. Have a great ride.
You too. Enjoy.
Take care.
Share that with everyone.
For sure. It'll be online tonight. All right. Happy bike guy. Big ride. Overland all the way down. Went up to LAX. So that's a pretty decent ride here. He's making his way along. Okay, we still got some more miles to do here. Where are we at? 10.64. Okay. Less talking, more biking. Remember, if you're enjoying the content of the Danny Slant channel, remember to hit that notification button. Turn on the bell notifications. Leave a like, leave a comment. It all helps with the YouTube algorithm and allows me to continue bringing you the fantabulous content of Danny Slant. Slant, 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 slant. Look, it's CoCo. CoCo the robot. He's on California Ave here at Linden. He's got his lights blinking. Maybe he's waiting for a delivery pickup.
This is cool.
CoCo is very cool. Yeah, did you watch which way CoCo was coming from?
No, it was just here when I saw it.
It was just sitting here?
Yeah, it was just sitting here. I think it was waiting for someone to
Did you order a pizza?
Nah.
You got some Monster Energy drinks? What are you guys off to, 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
Gotta get something to drink, right? It's starting to heat up.
Yeah, it's very hot.
All right. You too. There you go. Everybody digs CoCo. CoCo's just kind of chilling. Hey CoCo, what's happening? There's probably a CoCo operator sitting right now on his coffee break. So CoCo will come right to you. This is the future of home delivery. You get a little robot that comes out and then you put your code in, doot, 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 and then the thing opens up. Of course, being this is Venice, every once in a while people get a little aggressive with CoCo, I've noticed. Poor CoCo. All right, CoCo, continue on with your duties. Okay, that concludes our ride for today. Where are we at on mileage? 13.53. Not bad at all. Gorgeous, beautiful day. Nice ride. Thanks for coming along with me on the ride. The marine layer has definitely burned off. It's absolutely sunny here. So it's Danny Slant here from gorgeous, beautiful, sunny Penmar Park in Venice Beach, California, saying ciao ciao for now.
Oh, it's so nice.
Danny Slant is a Slavic American. He loves long distance bicycle touring, holidays, bike trekking and travel.